everyone. Thank you for coming back to my YouTube channel. Can you believe it? I'm like YouTube official now. Like I'm doing 2 to 3 videos a week. Who would have thought that? Because I hate the way that I look on camera. I hate doing videos. I hate the editing process. And yet, after all of that, I'm still here. Today, we are going to talk about pet peeves. We all have pet peeves. Some of us have more than others, but since I have been spending a lot of time by myself, more than any other time, probably since I was a child, when I do happen to have conversations with people, I notice that I am more touchy when it comes to my pet peeves because I have not really been talking to people and dealing with people outside of my circle, outside of my hemisphere, outside of my family. I figured I could just share a video listing some, not all, of my pet peeves, and we could see if we have some that are similar, okay? All right. I'm not going to be listing this like from worst to best or best to worst. It's just in random order as I come up with them. And my first pet peeve, and it could be my biggest one, is complainers. People who complain all of the time. Like that's their whole life is complaining. It could be sunny out, but they'll say, yeah, but tomorrow it's gonna rain. Why are you complaining? It's sunny out now. They're not able to take the positives in life without putting it with a negative. I guess this could also be negative people who give off negative energy all of the time. It's draining. It's like an energy zap. Like, no, complainers, I just can't do it. Now, I'm not saying that there's not times to complain. I recently had an issue with a company. I had to get on Twitter and complain. Like, I'm not saying that it's not good to complain, but is that all you do? Is that like your whole life's motto, to complain? And do you always look at the worst of things instead of the best of things? That's like a pet peeve of mine. And as I get older, I notice it a lot more, especially with people in my life. And it's just like, yo, you've been living your whole life complaining and nothing has changed. So why don't you try to do something different? Pet peeve number 2, cheap people, AKA freeloaders, AKA moochers. I despise people who are freeloaders and moochers. I understand if you're being frugal and you're watching your money and you're living beneath your means and all that, that is great. But when you are like cheap, I don't know. I think I have an issue with that. I've always paid my own way. You know, I mean, I really didn't have a choice. I had a kid at 18. I'm used to paying my own way. I'm used to paying for things. And the things that I really want, the things that bring me joy, I work on getting those things and being able to afford those things. I don't try to get those things off of other people's backs. People who are freeloaders, who are always trying to get in where they fit in, being cheap, no. I can't do that. Lazy people. Lazy. And I'm not talking about, because I can get lazy, you know, taking the day off, just chilling in your house, not really having an agenda. I'm just talking about people who are recklessly lazy. They're never on time for work. They slack off assignments. No. One of my biggest fears was I was gonna raise lazy children. My son is definitely not lazy. My daughter can be lazy, and I'm just like, I can't send her out in the world being lazy, like her thinking that people are gonna do stuff for her. So I'm working on that because it's a pet peeve of mine and I don't want to send her out into the world like that. Lazy people, come on, do better. And look, I'm gonna do better by making sure that she gets the lazy-fied too. 1, 2, 3. Pet peeve number 4, braggers. People who are always bragging about what they have. There's this one particular person I know on my Facebook, they're always taking a picture of their BMW, getting it washed, getting it detailed, parking in the parking lot. You know that BMW depreciated in value after you took it off the lot, right? Like it's a material item. When people associate themselves with materialistic things and they brag about it, nope, not gonna be able to do it. Pet peeve number 5. Yes, self-absorbed. It's all about them. Me, 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 me. You have a conversation with them and it's all about them. They only want to talk about them. They're only interested in talking about them, their projects, their this, their that. They never ask you how you're doing, and they're just so self-absorbed. It's like, who did this to you? And this should be actually at the top of my list. It's a pet peeve that I've recently developed, like in the last 6 months. People who don't wear masks. If you are going to leave your house, wear a damn mask. Wear a damn mask. It's a pet peeve of mine when you don't wear a damn mask. And it's so easy to do. Entitlement. People who are entitled. They think that they are entitled to whatever. Why? No country for entitlement. Even though the person who runs our country has a lot of entitlement. But we won't talk about that here. Pet peeve number 8. People who are always running late. I am a Virgo. I'm a virtuous Virgo. And one thing about us that I know to be true for the most part is we are on time. Not only that, we are early because we hate rushing and we hate like leaving people in a lurch. If we say we're going to be there at 1 o'clock, we're going to be there at 12:53 so we can prepare for whatever it is that we're about to do. Like people who are always running late, I just can't do you. I dated this guy before and he was always late for everything that we were to do. He was never on time and it just irked my nerves. Next pet peeve, opportunists. People who always are, what have you done for me lately? You like that? It's very Janet. Very Janet of me. People who are opportunists. People who are always looking for you to do something for them. They only enter the conversation when they feel like you could do something for them. Users. Nope. Number 10 on my pet peeve list. And this is a kind of a big one because it happens all the time on social media and I just want to punch the air. I don't want to punch anyone because I'm a lover, not a fighter. But I want to punch the air. People who I only hear from when they want something. That could be also an opportunist, but I'm going to give them their own category because it happens kind of frequently. There's a bunch of people in my life who I consider friends, but I only hear from them when they need something or when they want something. And it's just like, no. Like, and I try not to be that person because sometimes I do need something and sometimes I do want something, but I like to just genuinely check in with my people to make sure that they're okay. Just genuinely, because that's just the human friend thing to do. But to only pop up when you need something? Okay. So those are my pet peeves. Why don't you commiserate with me? Leave some of yours in the comment section if you will, because I know you have some. See you next time with another video. Bye.